Well, looks like we got another one. Let's go. Yo, hello. What's up, everybody? It is your boy, Brandon. And guess what? We are back with another review. That's right. And I like doing these kind of reviews because I'm a Flash boy. So I love reviewing my Flashes. So, yo, I'm not going to keep you long, man. Listen, today we got, you already saw from the thumbnail, man, we got the new Flashpoint Evolv 200 Pro Mark II. Evolve, explore, evolve, like it. I know Adorama or Flashpoint is going to watch this video. Can you please tell us, the people want to know, the people out there really want to know, why is the 200 name Evolve and not Explore 200, but the 300, the 400, the 600 are all Explorers? I don't get that. I don't know what happened with that, but more on that later. We're gonna figure that out for you. We got another light for you, man. This is the brand new Flashpoint Evolv 200 Pro Mark II TTL version. All right, if you guys don't know what TTL version, that means through the lens. And we're gonna do an unboxing. We're gonna get into it. I'm gonna tell you some things about this and how it really fits into the family of basically the new direction that Flashpoint has went with the Flashes recently, and how this really can help or affect the way you do studio shoots, even being outside on some outside photo shoots as well. If you guys don't know, I recently did a video with the new Evolv 200 Pro Mark II. I did a Halloween shoot where I did use it as a rim light. I did not use it as my main light, as I was using the Explorer 600 Pro Mark II as my main light, but it worked out very well. At the end of the day, listen, I'm going to tell you some things about this, but you already know, if you guys shoot flash, it is a 200 watt light, plain and simple. This is the Evolv 200. This is not the Pro. So you have the 200, you have the 200 Pro, and then you have the brand new 200 Pro Mark II. At the end of the day, honestly, they're all 200 watt lights. All right, some are going to be a little faster than the other ones. Some are just going to be a little bit more user friendly when you use it, and you're going to have a few new bells and whistles, and that's what we're going to go over today. We're going to go over a few new bells and whistles with the brand new Evolv 200 Pro Mark II. Let's go ahead and get into the unboxing of this bad boy right now. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into the unboxing of the new Explorer. God dang it. Evolv 200 Pro Mark II. All right, so here's our beautiful little case here. As you open it up, the first thing we have here is the holder. All right. This has a quarter screw on the bottom. The new Evolv does have a few quarter screws on each side of the flash. It has your locking mechanism here. You also have your thumb screw right here for your light stand. There's also a little knob in here for your umbrellas, and then you have your wing nut right here for tightening. Good friction on here. It's a holder, it's a stand. Okay, I love this. So this is the new charging case for the Evolv 200 Pro. It does have a Type-C port right here. Now the good thing about this is, if you're driving, if you need to charge you're going for a long ride and you forgot to charge your battery, you can put this in here and put this in a Type-C and plug it into your car, or plug it into somewhere where you can charge this via Type-C instead of actually plugging it into a wall or something. So that's really great. I like that they went with this because it's a little bit more versatile. You never know what kind of situation you're going to be in. So I definitely like this new charging case. Next, we have the bare bulb flash head, the H200J2. This is basically what I would use if I am putting this light into a softbox or a modifier, because of the way the light spreads and the way it fills up the softbox. So if you're using a modifier, this is the one I would definitely go with. As you see, it has your modeling lamp basically around the edges. Does get a little bit brighter, and this is where your bulb goes in the middle. All right, and then you can go ahead and just tighten that down like so. And then you have the Evolv 200 Pro Mark II itself. So let's look around this light a little bit, and then I'm going to tell you a few things about it, and then we'll be done. All right, so as you guys know, they have the new vent ports over here. This is supposed to help dissipate heat a little bit better than the other ones. So this is where this is. It's supposed to help with overheating a little bit better. All right, and I'm gonna get to the other part. This is also where your battery door is, your battery release button right here. You have the new TFT screen out back here. We'll get into this screen a little bit more and tell you a little bit more about that. On this side, as you guys know, the new addition to a lot of the new Flashpoint lights is that they have the new group light indicator. On this side, again, you also have another vent port over here, 1/4" screw on this side, 1/4" on this side, only on two sides, of course. And then you have the other speed light flash head on this side right here. As you can see, the little lights on the inside for the modeling lamp, and this is going to be your speed light flash. I normally use this head basically when I'm using more hard light. All right, when I want to put it in like a reflector or something like that, this is where I will use this. But I don't use this a lot at all either, and I'll get into the one that I actually use the most. Okay, on this light also, it also has another heat vent up here, as you can see right there. All right, to help you dissipate heat. Do not touch this. It also tells you. So on this side you have the Evolv 200, and then you have the 200 Pro Mark II. All right, so looking at these side by side, as you guys know, the 200 Pro Mark II is definitely a little bit thicker than the 200, and is also a little bit taller than the 200. If I was to take off the bulb heads, so you can actually see them without the bulb heads, lay this down, and then that way you can see them right there side by side. 200 Pro Mark II. So one of the biggest differences in using the Pro Mark II versus the 200 is that the 200, this is one of those lights that had everything pretty much on the front of the screen right here. I could change my grouping channels right here, flash, I could change high-speed sync, turn on my modeling lamp, I could change my modes. A lot of things that we use during flashes as a flash photographer, a lot of the things was just right here on the front of the screen. When I did my video on the Explorer 600 versus the SE versus the Pro Mark II, the button layout was set up similar. On the Pro, you have your grouping channel button right here. You have one for your wireless. You have your mode, your menu, your high-speed sync, your modeling lamp, your sound or beat, and you have your test flash. You basically never really have to go into the menu system on the Explorer 600 Pro. And the Explorer 600, the first one, was actually similar. I never really had to go into here unless I wanted to change the ID or do something else inside the menu system that wasn't available on the outside. They took all of that away on the Explorer 600 SE. So if I need to change the group, if I need to change the channel, if I need to turn on high-speed sync, if I need to do all that, I gotta go to the flash. I gotta do everything pretty much right there on the flash menu, or go into the menu system to change or to add a lot of these things. That was one of the biggest things with the Explorer 600. Everything and all those buttons and easy things to get to, high-speed sync and all of that stuff was right here. You rarely have to go into the menu screen to do anything. But that's one of the things that they went with, a more minimalistic type of design when they, as they're coming out with a lot of these flashes, from the SE to the Pro Mark II to the 200. If they come out with a 300 and a 400, I'm probably sure it's gonna follow the same suit. I want to show you what the screens look like, just in case you guys don't remember. All right, I'm gonna put them on this side so I can show you guys. But if you see how more vibrant the TFT screen is on the 200 Pro Mark II versus the 200, you definitely see the difference. It's night and day. So the 200 Pro Mark II looked absolutely better than the 200. So I want to address one of the questions that I got. It was about the power on and the power off. With the 200, the old ones, it's just one switch. When you flip this up, your flash is on. All right, everybody knows that. Now with the 200 Pro Mark II, in order to turn on this light, you have to hold the flash button, basically your flash test button. Hold this, and then there's going to be a wheel comes up, and then you have to turn this wheel in order to turn it on. Let me tell you why they did that like that. A lot of times people would drain their batteries inadvertently. So with the 200, it's really simple. It's really easy for this to rub up against something and turn this light on. it's really easy. It's a really small switch to go up. So what they did is that extra step in order to help you not drain your battery. All right, so if you just, I'm gonna show you something. If you just turn this on, it cuts off in 10 seconds unless you turn this wheel. If I don't turn this wheel, this light, it basically goes back off. So it was one of those things to help us not basically drain our batteries. I'm not saying, and a lot of people say, well, if you got to press this in, obviously you're not going to press it. You never know that. This could be in your bag. It could be something pressing up against this, and it just turns it on. All right. So to provide you and help you with that extra step, that's why you now have to turn the wheel. So hopefully that clears up the reason why you have the two-step process now in turning this light on. It's nothing. Keep it moving. All right. So I'm not going to go through this menu system really like that, because I went over this whole entire menu system when I did my review on the Explorer 600 SE and the Explorer 600 Pro Mark II. But yeah, I'm not going to dig into this menu system. You have basically the same thing. I'm just going to show you that. So you have wireless right there. Wireless turns it off and on. Flash mode, you can change just a flash or color. Color just gives you that more consistent color, mainly if you do like a lot of product shooting and things like that. That's where you use that. Photo cell is basically slave. You got HSS, you got modeling your light, continuous or intermittent, turns off if you take a shot, stuff like that. You got your beep. This light can go down to 512. You got your standby, auto, on and off brightness, delay, mask, language, reset, and your device info. It is basically the same. If you really want to know everything about each one of these things and what they do and what they don't do, please look at my review of the SE and the Pro Mark II, because they are all the exact same menu system. So I just want to talk about some differences between the Pro and the Pro Mark II, and some things that don't work, and a lot of questions that I had about these two. The first thing is, normally if I'm not using this as a rim light and like another modifier or something, I'm using this as color. I like using color. When I did my Halloween shoot, I put an orange CTO gel on here to help simulate getting that more scary, Halloween feel in my video, in my photo shoots, right? In the pictures. I'm using this. This works well. This round head, this is the flash round head, works with the Explorer. This works with the 200 Pro Mark II. This is what I use for color. So I can change out these gels. I can do anything, and it works great. So I'm glad that it works with the 200 Pro Mark II, because if I'm not using this, then I'm using this. Now, another thing is, a lot of us uses these S2 brackets, all right? Definitely because it gives us the ability to use our Bowens mount modifiers in these. The 200 will fit in here, but it is super tight. All right, this thing is, it's like, because the 200 Pro Mark II is a little bit thicker than the other one. You can get it to work, but it's there we go. It works, as you can see. It does fit into the S2 bracket, so just make sure that you are careful when you put that in there. All right, don't mess anything up. One of the things that I saw that nobody was really talking about was the ADB2 adapter. Yes, you can use the Pro 200 Mark II, all right? And if you have the older 200s or 200 Pro, you can use this as well. And it works just fine. I'm going to put it in here because I know a lot of people are going to ask if it works. All people have already asked me, does it work with the ADB2 adapter? So I'm just going to show you that it works. So both of these are connected to the ADB2 adapter. They're both on channel B. So I'm going to use my R2 Nano, and I'm just going to show you that it works fine. So they're on channel B. There you go. Works fine. 1, 2, 3. All right, they work fine. Now, here is another thing that I wanted to address that I didn't see nobody else talking about. When you put the 200 Pro Mark II, can go down to 1/512 power. I'm going to take these out because I want to show you something. So the 200 Pro Mark II can go down to 1/512 power, okay? Something like the 200 can only go down to 1/28th power, but this one can go down to 1/512. Well, Brandon, why is that significant? Well, let's just say, for instance, that I wanted to go down to 1/512 on my trigger. Remember, you can only go that low if you're not in high-speed sync. If you're in high-speed sync, you cannot go down to 1/512 on this flash or any other flashes. I showed you that in my previous video with the Pro Mark II and the SE. If you're in a high-speed sync, you cannot go down to 1/512. All right, you can't go down to 256. You can't go down to 1/512. So if I was not in high-speed sync, one of these flashes would go down to 1/512. The other one would only go down to 1/28th power. Okay, so with that being said, if you're using this, you're going to have two different powers. All right, so you might not be getting the amount of power that you want. It might be nighttime or something like that. You might need this. I'm just saying, make sure that you only go down to the lowest power of the flash that you're using that you can, because you're going to have different power outages. All right, this is going to give you 512, but this is going to give me 128. Be cognizant of that when you're using these, because again, nobody really pointed this out, so I wanted to make sure you guys understood that. Until you actually use this in connection, like say for example, here I have the Explorer 600 SE. So as you can see, the light on here is red. That automatically tells me that this light is on channel A. Green tells me that this light is on channel B. So this is really, it's very beneficial. Like, I just use this in a photo shoot that you guys are going to see coming up on my YouTube channel with my model Talia, and it was amazing. It really helped out because I was using this as my main light and I was using this as my rim light, but instead of even having to go over there, I could just look at this color from way back here and be like, oh, okay, it's on a different channel. So one of the big things you guys have been seeing about the new Explorer or Flashpoint lights that's been coming out with, again, this is the new Evolv Pro Mark II, and this is the Explorer 600 Pro Mark II. One of the big things that you guys keep seeing is about these new light indicators or group indicators that's on these lights, which is really helpful, man. So this is red, as you can see right here, and this one is green. So this automatically tells me that this is on group A by itself, and this is on group B by itself, which is really great, especially if you're on location at night or in the studio. Instead of fumbling through your lights and trying to figure out which one is on what group, this will automatically tell me that both of these lights are on different groups, which is an incredible addition to the Explorer series or the Flashpoint series lights. If you're a studio photographer, like I would probably sell all my lights and get these, because it just cuts down on a lot of things that we would have to do if we was not able to see that this is on a different group, or change it, or make sure two lights were on the same group. Like the upgrades that they did to these new lights, man, is great. So the new menu system, the new TFT screen, the new group indicator, combined with like the rest of these lights and everything is great. You have the brand new improved flash heads, the better modeling lamps on each one. You have new overheating performance, man, which is so great. The performance and overheating, man, you don't have to worry about the lights slowing down and not giving you the performance that they do. Is great. The new color consistency mode, I really like that. The new bi-color modeling LED to help with your environment or the mood that you're shooting in, and being able to go down to 1/512 is absolutely great. I had to use that 1/512 or that 1/256 power when I just did that Halloween shoot, because it was so dark outside and every little bit of light, it was super bright, and thank God I was using the black dish. To get that light going, man. So all in all, I definitely love all the upgrades to this new light, but there's not really a big price difference. All right, like if you got the Pro, I think the 200 Pro is still going for like $299. This new light is going for $349. So the amount of upgrades that you get in this light versus the Pro, I definitely think is worth a $50 upgrade. I mean, there's not really any need to even get these, honestly, with the older screen and everything. it's just not worth buying an older one. If that's something that you don't care about, then by all means, you could probably find those for really, really cheap. But for what the brand new lights provide, I think it's a no-brainer. All right, so hopefully that, guys, helped you out with a few things that you've been seeing about this light and a few things that people have not told you about this light, because I really appreciate what they have done with this new generation of lights. It has really helped out as a flash photographer. And yeah, man, it's not a lot to it. It's just a light, and it's a very powerful light, and it's a great light. So make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. Tell me what you like about the new lights, what you don't like about them. I would highly recommend you go pick them up. They're great. Like I said, they can be used with the adapter and the round head and other accessories that you can get with the new 200. And I'm glad they kept it uniform. All right, so this is your boy Brandon, aka the Kevin Hart of Photography, and I will see you guys in the next video. We out of here. Peace out.